Welcome back to Opposing Force. We've finished our 15 minutes of training and now it's time to go into the field. Oh boy.
Okay, Goose 7, proceed to Sector 112LZ and rendezvous with Alpha Bravo Tango, over. Copy that, HQ.
Now, where the hell are we anyway?
Well, the pilot thought we were heading to your mother's house. So far, this all looks familiar.
Yeah, that's real cute, Jack.
Anytime, anywhere.
You might notice that we're actually flying into the canyon area of surface tension, so look out for any recognizable landmarks as we're going on by.
Like another babysitting job to me, man.
No shit, man. Babysitting job my ass. This has training mission written all over it. Why else would they have kept our orders from us for so long, huh?
Yeah, what the hell is that all about? Throwing our asses in this hunk of junk and not even telling us what we're going in for, man.
Do you have a problem, Private? I will give you your orders when we have reached the LZ. You got that, soldier?
Sir, yes, sir.
I don't really give a damn what we're going in for. As long as I get to kill me something. I heard that.
Watch your vector, Goose 3. It's getting a little tight in here.
And if this is another search and rescue operation, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I'm gonna be pissed too when I gotta search out and rescue your sorry ass.
Anyone out there got a good view of the LZ yet?
Negative, Goose 7. I can see some activity up there, but I can't tell what it is.
Hey, Sheriff, I think Jackson here's got the hot for you.
Okay, listen up, Howard. We have an extremely hostile situation.
Holy shit! Goose 3's down! Goose 3's down! What's going on out there?
So let's keep this shot. Your position is to get... Shit!
I guess this is our own fault for riding a helicopter in a horror game.
Get down!
Three, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you've woken up. Corporal Shepard, is it? I've read the tag on your uniform. I'm glad to see my life-saving efforts weren't in vain. I can't say the same for him. I'm afraid you have been through a serious accident. Most of your friends didn't make it. I was hoping that you soldiers had come to rescue us, but now it seems we are all in the same situation. I think I saw a radio near the crash site where I found you. Perhaps you can go there and radio for help?
So, Opposing Force presents us with a very interesting scenario. We don't know what our mission objectives were, so, as far as we know, we were here on a rescue mission. But, well, I don't think that lasts, actually. We probably figured that out pretty quickly, as you'll soon see.
Warning, severe damage detected in ventilation systems under
These
research
crab
lab.
creatures have a unique parasitic strategy, don't you think?
Immediately.
Have you ever seen such a magnificent species? These crabs can completely control their host's nervous system. Can you imagine what the next stage of mutation looks like?
You just had to say it, didn't you, buddy? Oh well, here's our vest, so we're back in action. Still no weapons, though. We're gonna have to deal with that. You folks wouldn't happen to have, like a rocket launcher, like maybe a minigun around here somewhere? And hello, what's going on in here? I mean, we'd like to help, but we can't equip our hands, which is strange. Like, you'd think we'd be able to, pulverize these things with our bare fists or something, but nope. Fists are out of the question. I'd say it's time to do what those good old boys would call a tactical retreat. Hoorah for running away. Hey, that sounds like a gun, but unfortunately it's attached to a person. Darn.
So glad I didn't take the janitor job. Yuck.
Meet Otis, the, big-boned security guard model.
Shepard, I see you found your power vest. That should keep you safe out there. See, now I've heard rumors that you troops may not actually be here to rescue us. Just don't forget about us out there, alrighty? Okay, I'll let you...
Yeah, see, I don't think that Shepard is meant to be stupid or ignorant about the Heku's purpose. It's just that I don't think that he cares.
Good luck.
Yeah, there's a zombie back there, by the way. You should probably... never mind, he'll be fine. Hey, pipe wrench. That's right, our first melee weapon of the game, and it is a hefty boy. But before we can show him off, we've got to take care of some lasers here. Yeah, you see this whole diffusing pattern of mirrors? Well, we've got to take care of the mirrors somehow. Especially since one of the lasers happens to be cutting straight across the stairway that we need in order to get upstairs, so... Booyah! And it wouldn't be a Black Mesa experiment if it didn't also explode in the end. Thank goodness for consistency. You might be inclined to ask, what were they doing with lasers in the first place? But I really don't think that actually matters in the long run. Lasers were there and we had to destroy them. Anyway, since our first combat encounter is coming up, let's talk about the pipe wrench. It's got a secondary attack to it, an overhead swing that can actually be charged up and it can just pulverize things. Granted, its regular attack isn't much of a slouch either. Like, you remember how, like when I was doing Blue Shift, the crowbar would actually take multiple hits in order to take down a head crab? No longer. Heck yeah. Overall, like, the pipe wrench is really cool, and I kind of wish that every protagonist had gotten their own special weapon. Like, imagine, I don't know, like maybe Barney gets a nightstick or something, or he grabs a pipe off the... Hey, I saw that. What the heck are you guys doing in there? Come on, let me in, come on. Like, you could just press a button or something. Like, we're dying out here, I assume. I'm guessing. I don't really know for sure, but I assume we're dying. Huh. You know what? Maybe this is a good time to talk about the timeline, just in general. So, we came in around the start of day 2, like right about when Freeman got knocked out and thrown in the trash compactor. Then we got knocked out, we woke up several hours later, and now it's sundown near the end of day 2, so right about when Gordon is coming to the Lambda Labs. So, that's about where we're at right now. As I said, actually, we're not too far away from where Gordon Freeman is because we're in the canyon area from the surface tension level. So, with any luck, we might actually run into him, maybe. In the meantime, though, who's ready for yet another melee weapon? Oh yeah, this game spoils us. This is the combat knife. It is a knife. I'm not sure what else to say about it. Tell you what, how about instead of saying what the knife does, we instead just show you? Would that work out better? I think so. Shenanigans with the floating head crab aside, the combat knife is just as strong as the pipe wrench, but it goes a whole lot faster. And it doesn't have the charged attack, so that's something you also might want to consider. And speaking of which, yeah, electricity bad makes Marines sad. We'll want to do something about that. Actually, you know what, that kind of reminds me of another quibble I have. You remember in Blue Shift how they were talking about how Shepard's division didn't make it? Well, Shepard, Adrian Shepard, he's just a corporal. Like, there are probably like sergeants above him commanding this unit, and yet Shepard is the one that they single out? That's like being angry that the cook didn't make it. I make no apologies about continuing to smash crates, by the way. Like, this is a series about destroying crates.
Hello, soldier, sir.
Okay, then. You know what, maybe I shouldn't be too hard on that Otis in particular. Like, maybe he had a very sad life. So anyway, maybe we should talk about the night vision. It is of questionable value. It's sort of like, you're going constantly from areas of low light to high light, and it's like, you know, the night vision feels a bit like overkill most of the time, but at the same time, you're also in areas of somewhat dim light where you can't really see things clearly without the night vision, but you don't really feel like you need the night vision in particular, so it's like, I've kind of missed the flashlight is what I'm saying. But anyway, we have a gun. That is fantastic. I've already talked about the Desert Eagle in the training video, but what's mostly important about it is that it is our staple firearm for most of this game. We'll be actually getting a whole lot of ammo for it, a whole lot more than we got for the revolver. Surprisingly so, in fact. It's entirely appropriate, though, that our first weapon should be a Magnum knockoff because, well, things are going to ramp up a whole lot faster in this game. Remember, our first Vortigaunt encounter with Gordon Freeman was one slowly clawing its way out of a closet. Oh, hey, a radio. I remember this from basic training.
Shepard, you're alive. Listen, we've been cut up pretty bad and orders are coming down to pull out. Repeat, pull out. Apparently they've got other plans for Black Mesa now. If you can make your way through the transit system, you can probably reach the surface where we are pulling out. Good luck. Over.
That doesn't actually seem correct. Like, as far as I understand, over indicates that you want somebody to respond. If you're giving somebody a command and that's the end of the conversation, you should be saying out. But never over and out. That's redundant. Out means over and everything's done with. Like, you don't need to say over if you're also saying out. I hope that makes sense. And don't ever say Roger Wilco. That is also a big faux pas. Anyway, here we go into the sewers. Again. I think we do this pretty much once per game at this point. I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with a sewer level, it's just that, in general, having to go underground and go through mucky water is just generally, like, you know, nobody really likes dark places where creepy crawlies are lurking. Anyway, there's got to be a bit of an editing cut right here, because there's a side path that I didn't actually explore, and I had to double back in order to go down this ladder. Is it all worth it in the end? Well, I don't know. In general, if you have something that's a bit of a side path, it's always worth checking out because you never know what you're going to see. And in this case, yeah, there is a little bit of a something here for us. Not a very big something, but you know, it's a something. And now that we've done our little detour, let's be getting back on our way. It does seem a little bit strange, though, how every single game seems to be sending us down into an underground area that is otherwise fairly unremarkable. And hey, here is the shotgun again. You might say that's a kind of a weird reaction, like, it's a shotgun. Shotguns should be exciting. The problem is, though, that's the same type of shotgun. Like, for opposing force, with all the other guns being souped up, I was kind of expecting something a little bit with a little bit more kick, you know? Or maybe something like an automatic shotgun, or a drum-fed shotgun, something like that, you know? Pardon me, I think, if I have nothing really to say. It's sort of like, we've been through this sort of area before with all the catwalks and the barnacles and the vortigaunts and the shotguns, and it's like, we're sort of treading over old ground here. Which is sort of strange since Gearbox, they made Blue Shift. Which means they're sort of being derivative of themselves. Although I guess, Opposing Force being the one that came out first, it's actually Blue Shift that's being derivative, not this one. Oh wait, right, we're coming to this bit. So, a bit of background for this particular part. When I was a kid, I really thought that this was meant to be more of a death trap, that if you ended up in this sequence, you actually messed up somehow, and so I spent hours just moving around everywhere that wasn't here, trying to figure out what mistake I made, like where to find a way to get up that wasn't this. But no, what you're actually supposed to do is you're just supposed to wait this out. Just wait here for a little bit, and a piece will break out, and we'll be able to climb up, like so. Yeah, you see? Although, just one note of caution, this game, the running is very slippery, so yeah, you gotta be careful about that. Well, look who it is. What you doing there, buddy? See, now this is interesting. The G-Man, he was in Gordon Freeman's story a lot, yes, but always as an observer. He never directly interfered with anything that Gordon was doing. So, yeah, things are being a little bit different when it comes to Mr. Shepard here. But enough about that for now. Let's talk about this pool of radioactive green gunk that appears to be electrified. Yeah, we're not getting past this, unless... But first, let's clean house a little bit. Although, there's gotta be a little bit of caution taken because... Well, just watch. A rather nasty trick, that one, and one that we cannot easily recoup because, well, to be honest, this game is very stingy with its shield batteries. You may have seen this in Black Mesa, but yeah, the design paradigm for these kinds of games has definitely changed over the years. Black Mesa, it basically drowned us in healing supplies and batteries. Like, their idea was that we always were supposed to be at peak condition so that they could send the best that they could possibly think of at us. Whereas here, the idea is more that if you ever get yourself in a bad situation, you might as well just reload, which is, well, I'm not too fond of that idea. But hey, you know what? At least they give us some health, so it's not all bad, right? Right? Oh, one more thing before we try to do some serious platforming. Yeah, I'm never getting fooled like that again. Still, even with the door open, we can't really clear the toxic waste from our position, so it's time to move the platform again. Don't worry though, as this is the last time. Like, this puzzle, it seems overlong, but honestly, I don't think it outlives its welcome. Hey, look where we are. Doesn't this look familiar? Or maybe it doesn't, but here we are. We are in the tramways, but not in a tram. We are what the tram went past. That is very cool, I think. I mean, if you think about it, Gordon, Barney, and Adrian all have different opportunities to tread very similar ground, but decidedly different. Like, we're getting a different view each time of the underbelly of Black Mesa. All the behind-the-scenes stuff that goes into you know, the science. Honestly, I feel like if it had been more about that, just like people skulking around in... well, no. The thing is that eventually people would realize that the game is just one big sewer level, and it would sort of lose a little bit of its magic. But, you know, this game, it does have a lot of sewers. Perhaps too many sewers. I'll have to think about that. Changing gears slightly, we're about to enter into an area that can actually soft lock the game, but only if you're stupid. You see, this area is being blocked off because there's a loader bot that cannot progress, and you see we have to destroy these explosive crates. But even though we were just given a whole bunch of grenades, if we decided to just waste them all and all of our ammunition, then theoretically speaking, we could be stuck here. But you'd have to be doing that on purpose, and if you're doing that on purpose, then really you're only yourself to blame, so... yeah, this isn't a design flaw. The flaw is within yourself. So long, Loaderbot. I'm glad that at least you were spared. And conveniently, it just left a crate for us, perfectly positioned, so that we could progress further in the game. Coincidence? Yes, absolutely, it is totally a coincidence, but at the same time, though, it is serendipitous. You know, when you think about it, though, it's kind of weird that they have a toxic waste purging system for one tiny warehouse. Like, that room we were just in, it didn't have a toxic waste purge button, and that toxic waste was electrified. Man, I tell you what, this place doesn't make a lick of sense. I mean, this whole area here, like this giant vat up here, with like a ladder leading to it. I mean, first let me take care of these hound eyes so I can show you, but look at this thing. Seriously, tell me, why does this exist? But enough grousing. I'm about to show you something super cool. You see this tram here? Well, there's no other ways to progress, so we're gonna have to ride this thing. That's right. In every Gold Source game, even the ones where you don't start off in the Black Mesa facility, there is a tram ride. Now then, we just gotta make sure that we inch this thing properly into place. You can't be too careful here. Like, remember that jump in Half-Life Uplink. Steady as she goes.
This train is inbound.
From Sector C. Please
Keep your limbs inside the train at all times.
I really enjoyed this one particular set piece when I was a kid. Just this idea of taking the familiar tram ride and turning it into something that was glitching out and could potentially break on you at any given moment. It was something that was really a creative design choice, and it was taking the familiar and twisting it around in a funny and interesting way. I kind of wish that they did it more often with these kinds of things.
a reminder.
Basic personnel. Regular radiation and biohazard screenings are a requirement of continuing employment in the
Black Mesa
research facility. Do not attempt to open the gate. The train has come to a complete halt at the station platform. Now arriving at
Now, timeline-wise, I believe that would be the death knell of the tram announcer voice. That being said, I think we might be able to get to hear some more of the Vox voice, so I guess look out for that. Oh, hey, a gun. Yeah, that's right, it's our good friend, the 9mm, Glock? I'm thinking it's a Glock. I couldn't tell you for sure.
Stupid machines! Why don't these ever seem to work? Hey, you wouldn't have a quarter I can borrow?
What Otis hasn't realized is that I have dispensed a candy bar right underneath his feet. Let's see how long it takes for him to notice. Oh, wait, oops. I think I might have just eaten it just now, but oh well. Every single point of health helps, right? Alright, that's enough fooling around. It's time to get ourselves in gear. Whenever you're ready, buddy. See, now, Otis isn't actually wrong about that. Unlike his thinner brethren who are using the 9mm pistols, he actually is equipped with a Desert Eagle, and boy does he know how to use it. Like, how to describe it? It's sort of like watching somebody just automatically destroy everything in front of you when you hardly even have to lift a finger. The AI in this game might have questionable pathfinding, but when it comes to aiming and destroying things, like, they are top-notch. Just absolute professionals. I'm not kidding about the pathfinding, no, seriously, get over here.
Have you seen the new IG-88?
No, I haven't, but a friend of mine...
What the heck? What is that, Doc?
I don't know. I've never seen that species before.
It's okay, sir. I can take it. Well, I got hit pretty hard.
Oh! No! I don't want to die!
Those poor bastards.
What we just saw there was a hint of something unfamiliar. An alien that we have never seen before. Yeah, that's right. I said that this game has a few more enemies than the original game, and yeah, we'll be seeing them very shortly. However, say goodbye to Otis for now. He served us well.
Oh no. You're one of them. Can't we just get along?
I mean, I don't see why not.
All right.
Do you have a problem with being together?
This is as far as I go.
Apparently so. Alright, your loss. But hey, at least I brought you a security guard. That's gotta count for something. I'm gonna miss you, Otis.
How about you?
Man, today is just my lucky day. This is, what, 7 weapons in less than half an hour? That is a bonanza. It'll be a real shame when I get extracted and I have to hand all these things away. You know what I mean? Locked. Okay, time to get creative, I guess. Yeah, you wouldn't think that you could do this, but you totally can. Here we are. Freedom at last. That being said, it would appear that there's only one osprey for the whole lot of us, so I guess not a whole lot of people made it.
Forget about Freeman. We're abandoning the base. If you have any last bomb targets, mark them on the tactical map. Otherwise, get the hell out of there. Repeat, we are pulling out and commencing airstrikes. Give us targets or get below. Shepard, you've made it. I take it you didn't find Freeman? Forget it, Corporal. We are pulling out. The airstrike has started. Get to the hangar while we await evac.
Meanwhile, Shepard's just thinking, who the heck is Freeman?
Where's Freeman? We don't have time to mess around here.
You've got to believe me. Freeman could be anywhere.
I'm not letting you go until you check your zone. Watch your fire. Watch it, Cole. Okay, we're gonna kick Shepard.
Oh, I wouldn't normally commit war crimes, but I owe these guys a favor, so I guess we're even. Or not. What, did he break his old man hip or something? Ah, well, I guess we can always send someone back for help if Adrian doesn't get court-martialed, you know? And, oh, by the way, if we hadn't decided to beat a squad mate to death, we could have gone through these vents instead and taken the batteries the back way. But, you know, hindsight and all. Anyway, I think that you and I both know that Adrian Shepard is not going to be able to make it onto that helicopter. But how are they going to prevent him from escaping? And that is where I think this game takes a bit of an interesting twist. Because, you remember, Adrian Shepard is having himself interfered with in a very direct way. What a shocking betrayal. Or perhaps not altogether too shocking. I mean, yeah, who else was going to prevent us from doing it? Although that does, that presents a bit of a problem, since that was our only way out of here. We're gonna have to find our own way with Blackjack and, the other thing. I hope that you'll join me next time as Adrian Shepard goes deeper and deeper into Black Mesa.